In this video, we're going to review how to solve an ordinary differential equation by the separation of variables. So the separation of variables is a common technique used in particular for first order ordinary differential equations that can be written in a specific form This form is dy by dx is equal to f of x times g of y. And so the basic idea behind this technique is that we're going to rearrange this equation so that all of those y terms are on one side and so that all the x terms are on the other side. So we can follow a series of simple steps. So step one is to separate those variables. So in order to do this, we want to rewrite our equation as 1 over g of y times dy is equal to f of x times dx. So in this way, everything that has an x in it is on the right-hand side of the equation with dx, and everything that has a y in it is on the left-hand side of the equation with dy. So that's the first step. The second step is then to integrate both sides with respect to its particular variable. Both sides with respect to its variable. So in this case, we're going to integrate 1 over g of y dy, and on the right-hand side, we're going to integrate f of x dx. So that's the second step. Once we do that, we have to remember step 3, which is to add that constant of integration. Can't forget that. So in this case, we would have f of, let me rewrite this as capital F now. Capital F of x is equal to g of y plus some constant c. And finally, we would, step 4, we would solve for example y of x. So let's do an example then. So in our example, we have dy by dx is equal to 5xy. So for the first step, we're going to separate. So we'll separate this into 1 over y dy is equal to 5x dx. The next step will be to integrate. So we'll integrate the left-hand side, 1 over y dy is equal to the integral of 5x dx. When we do the integral of the left-hand side, we end up with natural log of the absolute value of y, and this is equal to 5x squared over 2 plus our constant of integration c. And so now we can solve for y. So we'll have the absolute value of, and here we're exponentiating both sides. And so e raised to the natural log of y is just y. And so then on the right-hand side, we have e raised to the c times e raised to the 5x squared over 2. And finally, we can just rewrite that as y is equal to some constant of integration, which is equal to e raised to the c times e raised to the 5x squared over 2. And so that's an example of how we can use the method of separation of variables in order to solve a first-order ODE.